I picked up my first felony in 2003, another one in 2005, and 3 more in 2006. It was a bad situation. It was getting worse. I knew who God was, but I didn't know him. So I had no relationship with him, no one to turn to. I never read the Bible before. And that just spiraled, my whole world just spiraled down. First, I started using drugs recreationally and hanging out with the wrong crowd. And before you knew it, my job suffered. I had a really good paying job, stopped working, started dealing drugs. Everything that I did, everything that had to do was just with me getting high at any cost, even at my freedom. And before I knew it, I was picking up, one felony after another. I remember exactly, it was in 2005, sitting in a jail cell, bored out of my mind, nothing to do, and the only thing that was in there was a Bible. Never touched or picked up a Bible before in my life. There was a couple, I don't even remember their name, but I could see their faces clearly. A very elderly couple, probably in their 80s, along with 2 of their friends, would come every week and hold a Bible study for us. And they would tell us how much God loved us, how much they loved us. They would take prayer requests from us. At the end of the service, a bunch of convicts, a bunch of inmates in there, a bunch of people that are on drugs, violent crimes, you name it, we were all in there. And they would hug us all and tell us that they loved us. And I used to go back to my cell and I used to think, like, what makes these people want to come here to a jail and show and tell us that they love us and talk to us about God? I just didn't understand it. I knew they were getting paid for it. They were just wanting to do that. And as I read the Bible more, I realized it was God in their heart. I remember being in my cell as I was reading my Bible, and I said, I want what they have. And in prison, I continued doing all that I could. I took all the programmings, the life skill classes that I could take, going to church, Bible studies, staying in His Word. And when I got out, I knew I had to find a home church. I needed to find a purpose. And I believe another thing that God put in my life was the Salvation Army. I remember going it was 2 years ago, going for the first time to services. And I didn't even know they were a church. And I really enjoyed the service. I enjoyed everything about it. So I went home because I was still shocked that the Salvation Army was a church. So I Googled them, looked up their webpage, and I was amazed. I realized they also have prison ministries. And at that point, I knew that prison ministry was something that I've always wanted to be involved in, because those 2 people that touched me that day, I wanted to try to allow God to use me to do that one day. So my goal and my dream is to one day to be able to go back to prison, not as an inmate, but as someone that's going to go in and share the word of Christ with other inmates, and let them know that anyone, no matter how bad it is and how hopeless it seems, that if we give our lives to Christ, and everything could be so different. It'll be just so amazingly different.